Good afternoon, everybody. It is another Christmas Eve. Is everybody ready for Christmas? Are the stockings hung by the chimney with care? Are you hoping that St. Nicholas soon will be there? Oh my gosh. Just recounting a famous poem by Clement Moore. However, there is another take on that. Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the house, it's just nobody, that Jesus was coming and nobody was ready. So I'm going to probably put that one in the comments. It's one that I like to put out there every year because it reminds people that we are in the last days. Jesus is coming and most people aren't ready. And the reason for this season is because in celebration of the birth of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, that is the reason for this season. So while you're out there buying gifts, celebrating Christmas and doing those things, remember, Jesus is the reason for the season. And whether you believe in him or not, he is the reason for the season. Now that is my first message to you today. This is a busy week for me. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. Well, today is Christmas Eve, and I'm going to place an order pretty soon so that I have my dinner for tomorrow and some maybe some eggnog for tonight. I don't know, we'll see. But I'm going to spend a cozy evening here by myself and a nice quiet evening or day tomorrow by myself. Now, I was invited to my youngest son's house for Christmas, but first I said yes, and then I said no. I think I would just rather stay home, not go out in the cold, and just cuddle up and do some Christmas things here by myself. So that's what I'm going to do tomorrow. Tomorrow, Christmas Day, I will be spending my day. Our family is not doing any kind of a holiday celebration until January the 3rd. January the 3rd, really? I had no decision. I was not in that decision making for that. That's the young people. January the 3rd is when they are planning our holiday, which the holiday is over, for goodness sake, but that's what they decided. So this week, let me get back to that because I can go on about that. But this week, on Thursday, tomorrow, we will still have Bingo Under the Stars on Christmas Day. We've settled that other situation that was going on. Apparently, adults do not know how to behave as adults and continue to behave as children. When you don't win a contest, you behave in an adult manner, and you don't come blowing up a place. You don't do that. I mean, that was just, I was really embarrassed for the women who did that. I was surprised, especially of one of them that did that. I just couldn't believe that grown women would behave in that manner. I would like to congratulate the winners of the Bingo Under the Stars Christmas Design Contest. That is Saint Sage, Trakita, and Cerebral Assassin. While maybe their place didn't look the way other people thought it should look to be the winner, I had 7 judges who made them the winner of the contest, the winners, I should say. But it was just one house that was the winner. But these 3 people worked on it. They were the winners of the contest. They did not know who the judges were. The judges did not know who any of the participants were. They did not know. So the last thing I'm going to say about that is the contest was fair. It was fair. Each judge used different criterion to judge the contest. It wasn't just one particular thing. They were blaming me as saying that anyway, we won't go into that. But the bottom line is the seven judges picked a different house as the winner. Even if I entered a contest and thought I won, the judges didn't think so. So the judges didn't think they won. And the judges had different numbers. They selected different criterion for what they thought won. One of the biggest problems, and then I'm not going to talk about this anymore, but one of the biggest problems in judging was that the one house, you could not get in it, and if you could get in it, you couldn't stay in it. Eventually you might have gotten in it, but how can anybody enjoy a property that they can't stay in? It was let go the first time because they thought it was a mistake. But as I did hear them say, they said it was like that for Halloween and we won. So, what was the problem this time? If you continually do something like that, people are going to, it actually was different judges too. We had more professional judges. We had a lot of professional judges who didn't just say, oh, how beautiful this looks, and give points. We had judges who looked at everything. They listed out different parts and they looked at everything. And the judges did not think that that was a winning contest entrant. It wasn't compared to anything. It was just listed on its own merit. And they made such a stink about not winning. I really feel some kind of way about that myself. I expected that they would have more respect for themselves and to act the way they did in the bingo hall on Monday evening. But they didn't. And that was a big disappointment to me because I didn't expect, especially one of them, didn't expect them to act like that. So I was quite disappointed. Now, that being said, sometimes when people act up a certain way, you acquiesce to them just to placate, because I don't like anybody to feel like they were taken or anything, but the winners got their trophies and they got their $50 cash prize. The winners did get that. Sometimes when you placate people and so that they don't feel bad, you have to do things to get along with them. And if you feel in your heart that you don't want somebody walking away feeling badly, there are things that one must do. And I'm going to leave it at that. The design contest is over. Bingo Under the Stars will hold no more design contests for a long time, if ever, because one of the reasons I did it was because it was a way for people to have fun, to be comfortable, to just something for them to do, to have just something nice. Then I had the bingo owners not giving people their prizes when they won bingo at their places because they didn't want their prizes used in the design contest. I mean, people get really crazy about these assets. Now, not only do I have to deal with that, but now I have to deal with poor losers. People who, if they don't win and think they should, they go looking at other ones and they think, oh, ours is better, ours is better. Hey, there's 7 judges who said it wasn't, okay? 7 judges said it wasn't. So they go in and they say theirs is better. And then when they don't win, they go, the judges don't know what they're talking about. And they just, I just can't. I'm sorry. I just can't. I just don't understand. We're supposed to be grown people. We're supposed to be adults, and we're supposed to know better. But apparently they didn't. Anyway, that being said, that's over with. There will be no more contests in Bingo Under the Stars for a long, long time, if ever, because it's for us to have fun and enjoy and just have just a small bit of fun competitorship. And we don't have that anymore because people are taking it seriously. And it was all about the money. I'm pretty sure it was all about the money. So I fixed that. It's all about the money. It had nothing to do with winning. It was all about the money. And so there you go. You got your piece of flesh or whatever it was that you were looking for. Anyway, coming up this week, I have we're having Bingo Under the Stars tomorrow, Christmas Day, 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Mountain, and 6 p.m. Pacific. If we don't have a lot of people in there, then we don't have a lot of people in there. But we are going to have bingo tomorrow night at 9 p.m. I figure by 9 p.m. everybody will have opened all the presents, stuffed themselves silly, and be ready to do something fun. So we're having bingo tomorrow night. On Friday, we do have the podcast, and the podcast is the subject will be loneliness during the holidays. Even if you're with somebody, even if you have a house full of people, sometimes you're lonely during the holidays. So we will be discussing loneliness during the holidays, what you can do, just letting you know that there are other people who feel the same. And we'll just be discussing loneliness during the holidays, wherever that takes us, because I might have an idea of where it should go, but a lot of times it goes somewhere else. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. And that will be in our brand new Honey Bear Catherine's Grand Pavilion. Oh my gosh, that is such a beautiful, beautiful place. Honey Bear Catherine's Grand Pavilion is where the podcast will now take place. And on Saturday, we will be having our very first fashion show with Honey Bear Catherine's Havenwear in Honey Bear Catherine's Grand Pavilion. So Honey Bear Catherine, who's that? That's me. Is doing quite a bit of stuff in VR. So join us on Saturday for our inaugural fashion show. We have several wonderful models. Join us for our inaugural fashion show on Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern at Honey Bear Catherine's Grand Pavilion. And then, like I said again, we have the podcast in the same place. How are we having the podcast in the same place? Because the stage moves and we have seats, and that design was done by G Deuce and Deep Bit Dev. So they are doing a marvelous, marvelous job with the builds that they're doing. So join us Thursday night, Bingo Under the Stars, 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Mountain, and 6 p.m. Pacific. Join us Friday for the podcast, Honey Bear Catherine's Haven. And then Saturday, join us for, the podcast is at 7 p.m. Eastern in the Grand Pavilion, and then the fashion show is 3 p.m. Eastern at Honey Bear Catherine's Grand Pavilion. So join us the rest of this week. If you have nothing to do, slap on that headset or come in on mobile. Yes, you can come in on mobile, or slap on that headset, come in on mobile, and join us. We love to see you, and I wish everyone to have a very, very Merry Christmas. Enjoy your Christmas Eve. Enjoy your Christmas Day. And always remember, I love you all so very much. And yeah, and if you know somebody's lonely, give them a call. Reach out to them. Let them know that you care. Tell them Merry Christmas. Please do that. Tell them Merry Christmas. And always remember, never forget, I love you all. Have a wonderfully marvelous Christmas Eve. Have a marvelous Christmas Day. Don't eat too much and enjoy yourselves. Always remember, never forget, love you all. Have a marvelous, marvelous day. Bye-bye. Merry Christmas. Bye-bye.